The gold-plated Cybertruck is back and I'm allowed to sell it for at least 20 bucks. Very long story short, Ridge Wallet did a giveaway where one lucky winner got to pick between this truck, a Ford Raptor, or $100,000 in cash. And the winner of that giveaway very wisely chose the cash. And Ridge Wallet very generously gave the Cybertruck back to me so I could auction it off for my wheelchair manufacturing business. See, I have a wheelchair factory that makes the least expensive manual wheelchairs in the USA. However, making inexpensive wheelchairs is actually pretty expensive. This Laguna 4000 watt laser cost about $500,000. It cuts our aluminum tube to length in seconds, and time is of the essence when building a wheelchair. The average wait time currently for other wheelchair manufacturers here in the USA is 2 to 6 months, and we can knock out a chair in about 2 weeks. Our hope is to dial in this process enough to where if an airline loses or breaks a wheelchair, we could build a custom replacement and get it to you before your trip or vacation is over. Which brings us to the Bender. Another $500,000 for this machine, but we can get the precise shape we need for each individual body. Every wheelchair we make could have 10,000 different variables, and this CNC Bender can knock it out first try. Every bend for every tube in every one of our wheelchairs is a bit different. No two chairs are the same, which does complicate manufacturing, but our one-of-a-kind, industry-first, state-of-the-art wheelchair configurator at notawheelchair.com ensures that customers get a chair that fits and is comfortable in both form factor and price. I do plan on making more in-depth videos on each of these machines. This is just like a quick overview. The welding is what happens next. Our team of welders fixture and assemble the chairs into their final frames, making sure the frames are square and everything will be structurally solid when we're done. We are looking to hire experienced aluminum TIG welders if you live here in Utah. We do have a robot arm welder that I'm not allowed to go into too much detail about just yet, but we call him Sparky, and he's super nice. Costs about 120 grand though, but still super nice. Sandblasting comes next. The sparkly dust coming out of the air blasting nozzle is actually tiny beads of glass. At a Mo 6, the glass is able to instantly sand the metal and add a MacBook-style finish to the aluminum chairs, which preps them for anodizing, which we outsource, or powder coating, which we do in-house. I mentioned the price of these machines because this project is not cheap, but luckily thanks to you watching this YouTube channel, we've been able to fund this whole project and start making chairs. But more money is always helpful and can get us the manpower and machine power we need to go even faster. So I was blown away when Ridge Wallet said I could auction off their truck with no strings attached and keep the money to build wheelchairs. Their generosity is astounding because on paper this truck is worth about $200,000. The truck itself plus about $100,000 in gold plating. Realistically, we probably won't get $200,000 for this truck since the auction site Cars and Bids is doing a no reserve auction, so it could sell for 20 bucks. But keep in mind that 100% of all the funds we make go straight towards manufacturing wheelchairs. Even Cars and Bids is waiving their auction listing fee, which is also super generous of them. The truck itself has been passed all around the internet. Originally, it started off at MKBHD's place and has his signature underneath the hood. It's probably the most famous Cybertruck on the planet, but it is still a Cybertruck with some of the same Cybertruck issues we've seen with the recalls. The trim right here actually came off and was flapping in the wind at one point. However, when we do get that replacement piece for whoever wins this truck, I will gold plate the replacement for whoever wins. One thing I do need to disclose though, before I got the truck, so before I gold plated it, the truck was slightly damaged. The only person who had the truck before me was MKBHD, but I never got an explanation as to what happened here. The link for the Cars and Bid auction will be down in the description, and even if you don't want to buy a Cybertruck for yourself, I'll leave a link down there as well for Ridge wallets. I've had this particular wallet in my pocket for more than 5 years now, and knowing how generous and solid the company is from a business standpoint, this is the only wallet I will ever carry. Fingers crossed it sells for a bit more than 20 bucks, and thanks a ton for watching. I'll see you around.